You get paid on Friday, and by next Thursday the money is somehow already gone. The bills hit, the card payments clear, groceries cost more than expected, one dinner out becomes 3 small charges, and suddenly you are counting days until the next deposit. The fix is not just make more money, because plenty of people raise their income and still feel broke. This is Money Hacks USA, where we make your money work smarter. Today we are breaking down how to stop living paycheck to paycheck with a simple reset. Find the leak, protect your first $1,000, control bill timing, build a paycheck plan, and create a gap between money coming in and money going out. The first step is not cutting everything. It is finding where the paycheck is disappearing. Pull up the last 30 days of spending and sort it into 5 simple groups: housing, transportation, food, debt payments, and everything else. Most people do not have one giant mistake. They have 20 tiny leaks. Maybe it is $14 on a subscription you forgot, $38 on delivery fees, $72 on impulse Amazon orders, $120 on extra gas, and $160 on eating out because groceries were not planned. That can be $400 before you even notice. The goal is to find one fast $100 to $300 improvement this month. You are not trying to become perfect. You are trying to create breathing room. When you can see the leak, you can finally stop guessing and start making decisions. Living paycheck to paycheck means one surprise can wreck the whole month. A flat tire, a school fee, a medical copay, or a higher electric bill can push you straight back onto a credit card. That is why the first target is not a massive emergency fund. Start with a mini buffer of $500 to $1,000. If that feels impossible, break it down. Saving $25 per week gets you to $650 in 6 months. Saving $50 per week gets you to $1,300 in 6 months. The easiest way is to move the money on payday before you spend it. Even a separate savings account named "Do Not Touch" helps. The buffer is not there to make you rich. It is there to stop small problems from becoming expensive debt. That is the first crack in the paycheck to paycheck cycle. A monthly budget can fail when your bills do not arrive monthly in a neat little line. Rent may hit on the 1st, car insurance on the 10th, a credit card on the 15th, and groceries every few days. So plan by paycheck. If you get paid $2,000 every 2 weeks, decide what that specific paycheck must cover before the next one arrives. For example, $850 rent set aside, $250 groceries, $120 gas, $200 credit card minimums, $100 utilities, $150 savings buffer, and $330 for flexible spending. Now the paycheck has jobs instead of becoming one big pile of available money. This is where many people start feeling control again. You are not asking, "Can I afford this today?" You are asking, "What does this paycheck still need to do before I get paid again?" That one question changes behavior fast. One practical trick is separating bill money from spending money. If all your cash sits in one checking account, it is easy to think you have more available than you really do. Try using 2 buckets, one for bills and one for spending. On payday, move the amount needed for rent, utilities, insurance, minimum debt payments, and subscriptions into the bills bucket. What remains is the money you can actually spend on food, gas, fun, and extras. Let's say your checking account shows $1,600 after payday, but $1,100 is already spoken for. You do not have $1,600. You have $500 of flexible money. That sounds less exciting, but it prevents the worst feeling. Spending normally for 10 days, and then realizing the car payment is still coming. Separation makes the truth visible before it becomes a crisis. Paycheck to paycheck living gets worse when debt fills the gap. Credit cards, overdraft fees, buy now pay later plans, payday loans, and cash advances can make next month smaller before it even starts. If you are carrying credit card debt at 20% APR or higher, every new charge can become more expensive over time. Focus on stopping the bleeding first. Put regular bills on auto pay only if the cash will be there. Turn off overdraft protection if it keeps creating fees. Pause buy now pay later purchases unless the full amount already fits inside your budget. Then pick one debt strategy. The snowball method pays the smallest balance first for motivation. The avalanche method pays the highest interest rate first to save more interest. Either is better than random payments. The key is to stop using debt as the bridge between paychecks. Cutting helps, but there is a limit. If your rent, food, transportation, and minimum payments are already eating almost everything, you may need more income too. The mistake is adding income without a plan, because extra money can disappear just like the old paycheck. Give every new dollar a job before it arrives. If you earn an extra $300 this month from overtime, selling unused items, freelancing, or a weekend shift, decide in advance. $150 to the buffer, $100 to credit card debt, and $50 for something enjoyable so the plan feels sustainable. Even a temporary income sprint for 60 or 90 days can create the first cushion. The point is not to hustle forever. The point is to use extra income to build a gap, lower pressure, and stop relying on the next paycheck to rescue the current one. Here is the simple reset. First, find the leak by reviewing the last 30 days of spending. Second, build a mini buffer of $500 to $1,000 so small surprises stop becoming new debt. Third, plan every paycheck before it lands. Fourth, separate bill money from spending money so your account balance tells the truth. Fifth, cut the expensive cycle of overdrafts, credit cards, and buy now pay later plans. Sixth, use extra income strategically instead of letting it disappear. You do not need a perfect budget to stop living paycheck to paycheck. You need a small gap, then you protect it and grow it. Subscribe to Money Hacks USA for more practical money moves. The free tools and resources linked in the description support the channel at no extra cost to you. It is not how much money you make, but how much money you keep. Robert Kiyosaki.